Hello, hello! Pete's Packs here, and we're live for our... Let's see, today's the 13th, so April 13th live stream. Yeah. Hi, it's Cleo. Hi, Cleo! Hi. Hi, friend. Let's see, where did we leave off? Left off working on that. Working on Dominaria Remastered, getting ready to book everything up. So, Cleo, you actually made it in before the live stream started, which I did not even know was a thing for chat. So that is cool information to know. So, let's see. Last off, we were trying to figure out if we want to use 2 books or 1 for DMR, and I think we are going to use 2. We're going to move the dock cam out of the way. Move. Actually, let's go ahead and get second screen for chat set up so I can see what I'm doing. Well, not what I'm doing, but so I can see chat. Let's see. Channel content. Live. Current. So I can see. No, I don't want to double up my sound. God, I hate my own voice. Oh, that's funny. Isn't that like a running gag that no one likes the sound of their own voice? Except for a few people. Let's see. What? I can make polls now? That's cool. Dominaria Remastered was really cool. It was a very nostalgic set. There were a few things that I wish they'd included that they didn't, but overall, it's a fantastic set. They likely overprinted it from what I'm seeing going on at distributors. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. There were a few design things that I disagree with how they approached, but overall the set was fantastic. And a pretty good value too. I like that they did a retro frame in every pack. Actually 2. They did a basic land. So you were guaranteed a basic land in the retro frame, and you were guaranteed 1 other retro frame card. I disagree with them replacing a common. Or not replacing a common, but replacing the retro frame with a common if you got a rare retro frame, at least in the regular packs. I feel that they should have doubled up on the retro frames if you got a rare retro frame. Excuse me 1 sec. I feel that they should have doubled up the retro frames instead of replacing it with a common if you get a rare retro frame or a mythic retro frame, but that's fine. Same goes for the foil. So you were... I don't think you were guaranteed a foil in each pack. I don't exactly remember. If I remember correctly, if you got a foil retro frame, your regular retro frame also got replaced, which was kind of a feels bad. in certain instances. So there's that. But yeah, Dominaria Remastered was fantastic. Dominaria United, on the other hand, was very meh. Let's see, the foils, we're doing a separate book for the foils. I have a few retro lands from the set. I have a really hard time telling this set what is legal in sets and what isn't. Okay, so everything in the set is legal in Vintage and Legacy. With the exception of World Gorger Dragon, which if I remember correctly is restricted in Vintage, and Frantic Search, which is banned in Legacy. Basic lands are always going to be legal, regardless of what it is. Now, the stuff that's legal in Standard, I think there's like maybe 7 or 8 cards in the whole set that are legal in Standard. There's Impulse, which is legal in Standard. Let's see, 6. Maybe 2 or 3 others. Yeah, there's not a whole lot that's Standard legal in it. Modern, there's quite a bit more. Actually, we can check. One of the easiest ways to verify what's legal is if you go to scryfall.com. You can do a search on the set and what's legal in it. So set. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this tab. Set DMR and legality standard. Okay, that's apparently not the search syntax for that. So let's go into advanced search. Formats, legal, standard. Oh, okay. Oh, the pollen is destroying me today. Oh. So I've got this giant pin oak tree in my front yard. It's a historic tree, can't cut it down. And it shades the house, which is nice in the summer because it helps with our cooling costs. It's a beautiful tree. It's likely about 100 years old. We know it's older than the house, but it is just dumping pollen streamers all over the house and the yard and everywhere else. And it is kind of miserable. But it's all right. Okay, there are a grand total of 9 cards in Dominaria Remastered that are legal and standard. There's 5 basic lands. Okay, so here's the link for how to see what is standard in here. What in Kamigawa looked like the new stuff? So that's everything in Dominaria Remastered that's legal and standard. You've got Dragon Whelp, Duress, 5 basic lands, Impulse, and Phyrexian Rager. That's it. Actually, if you include all the variants, it's 17 cards. Phyrexian Rager doesn't have a retro frame, but Impulse, Duress, and Dragon Whelp all do. And then there's two versions of each basic land in DMR. So that's 17 unique cards that are well, not unique. There's 4 unique non-basic land cards, and then there's 17 unique printings in DMR that are standard legal. So, yeah, if you're looking for standard stuff, Dominaria Remastered is not it. If you're looking for cool throwback stuff or looking for stuff for vintage, legacy, and modern, there's a bunch of really cool stuff. So. One of the downsides of a remastered set or a masters set, which is one of the things that you'll run into with them. Do you remember what card it was? If it was a reprint, reprints are standard legal. If the card is legal in standard, it doesn't matter what printing you're using. For instance, Impulse, for instance, is legal in standard because it's in Dominaria United. They actually used the same art from Dominaria United and Dominaria Remastered, which I think was kind of meh. But if you wanted to play with impulses from Tempest, I think Impulse was in Tempest. Let's see if you all printings. Visions. I don't know why I thought Tempest. But if you wanted to play impulses from Visions, it's still the same card. It's still legal. Oh, okay. But yeah, that's a thing that people run into every now and then, especially when getting back into constructed formats. I've seen that happen a number of times. But you can always use Scryfall to verify if something is legal and standard or not. You can actually just modify the search that I sent you for just about anything. But it'll let you can put in, you can replace the 3-letter shorthand for the set code. That's what I was trying to think. If you can replace the set code with any set, and it'll tell you what's legal and standard for that set. Let's see. That's 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 32, that can't be right. 24. No, that is right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My brain is all hazy. Yeah, I think there's a couple of cards from the original Kamigawa block that are legal again, but there's not very many. It's actually a really interesting question. So we've got Champions of Kamigawa, which is CHK. Then we've got Saviors of Kamigawa, which is SOC. SOC. CHK. Betrayers, I think it's BOK. Yeah, there's only one card from Kamigawa block that's legal and standard other than the basic lands. And that is Pithing Needle. There are 21 cards in total because there were 4 basics for Saviors or for Champions of Kamigawa. Then you've got. I'm kind of proud of myself. I got all 3 shorthands from memory. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Pithing Needle is the only the only card from. And Pithing Needle's fine. It's a great sideboard card. Yeah, that was originally printed in Saviors of Kamigawa. Pithing Needle used to be a $25 card. Now it's like $1 because it's been printed like 15 times, something like that. Let's see how many times it's seen print. A lot. Let's see, 16. There are 16 different printings of Pithing Needle. So you got Double Masters, you've got... So you got the Double Masters promo, Double Masters Edged Foil, Double Masters Borderless, Double Masters Standard. Then you've got double feature printing, the promo printing for Midnight Hunt, the pre-release promo for Midnight Hunt, the borderless one for Midnight Hunt, the regular one for Midnight Hunt, and the extended art from Midnight Hunt. Jeez. Then you've got the Secret Lair tattoo one. You've got the Masterpiece one. I don't remember there being a Masterpiece Pithing Needle. Then you've got Return to Ravnica 10th edition, or M10 actual 10th edition, and Saviors of Kamigawa. Wow, it hadn't seen a reprint in almost 10 years before it was reprinted in Midnight Hunt. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't particularly care for the art for the one on Midnight Hunt. I greatly prefer either the Return to Ravnica art or the original Saviors of Kamigawa art, because it's much more instructive of what a Pithing Needle is. So Pithing Needles were an actual thing. So to pith is to put a hole in to drain, kind of like a lancing needle, but they were used for doing spinal taps originally. Sometimes they were later used occasionally for doing trans-orbital lobotomies, but that's that was a much later use. Okay, these are all retro frame and borderless, so retro frames we'll pull. to separate. Those have different numeration. And then the borderless ones are all in the 400s. Yeah, it definitely matches the aesthetic of the set more because they're using it on the zombie, but I don't really care for the art. It's got a bunch of extra stuff on it that doesn't make sense to me, given what the intention of it is. And then the double masters one just is weird. Because they're like pithing an ink moth in the double masters version, or at least the extended art version, and it just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, so that's 240. Alright, so 240 plus 24. There's a 264 here. So we have 262. So 264, 32. Let's just put that there. Yeah. Yeah, I tend to prefer original arts for things. Most of the time. 263. Glory is 264. Let's see. 65. 266. Those are all in the 270s. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 273 is right there. 4, 5, 6. 267. Or sorry, 266. 276. Words are hard. 276, 77, 78. Very cool. I already did the uncommons, so we can jump over to the uncommons. We have not yet sleeve packed our commons, because that takes so much time. Let's see, congregate, number 4. It's here. Let's see, so we're going to pull everything under 12. Right there. Battle Screech is number 2. Griffin Guide is 8. Yeah, actually my favorite art out of all of them is the Secret Lair tattoo one, even though it has nothing to do with the pithing needle. It's just a cool art. That, and I really like the Sailor Jerry tattoo aesthetic. I really like tattoos. I only have one, but I really enjoy them. I think they're a fantastic way to do self-expression. Let's see, those are all later on. So 14 is right there. No, 14 is not right there. So that's not how numbers work. 14 is actually right there. We have 28, 27, 28. Yeah. 37. Wait. So they're all over here. Let's see, 32, 31. Good old plow. Well, so STP, Swords to Plowshares. One of the content creators that I view regularly has calls it plow for some reason. To me, plow is plow under. So I buy a lot of secret layers. I do a series every Sunday called Secret Lair Sunday, where I open the foil and the non-foil version if I have them. And some of the secret layers are just absolutely fantastic. And some of them are a fucking slap in the face. Especially the ones that have very few cards in them. Like the Fairy's Time Trouble. If it weren't for the fact that the 3 cards in it are really heavily played, it would have been an absolute slap in the face. Because it only has 3 cards in it, not counting the promo. And the promos are all the same. It's an island. But you get Karn the Great Creator in retro frame, which is awesome. And hilarious because they did old time or like 96 style templating. So it's just this massive block of text. And then you have Teferi Time Raveler, which is awesome. It's, in my opinion, it's the best version of Teferi Time Raveler after the stained glass. And the stained glass ones that I have are unplayable because they've curled so much. And then the third one's Dak Faden, which is so good. Vintage All-Star. I think that's actually about the only place he gets played is Vintage. Vintage and Vintage Cube. So yeah. That's all that's in it. And it was $40 for 4 cards if you count the promo, but for 3 cards effectively. Luckily those 3 cards in their cheapest printing at the time were way more than $40. But still, like, that's 3 cards. Like, why? And there's some other ones that are kind of like that too. And then there's some really awesome ones, like the Culture Shocks. You know, they're beautiful. Unfortunately, they didn't include Triomes in it, and they didn't do a full set of 10 Culture Shocks. They only did 5. So if you were trying to get a playset of each of the Culture Shocks, you ended up with an extra playset of all of the allied colored duels, and there was no way to avoid that. And you only ended up with 1 set of the enemy colored duels. So the allied colored duels for Culture Shocks, for the 5 wedges that they did for it, or shards, they were shards, because the wedges are the other group of them. All of the allied Culture Shocks are worth way less than the enemy ones, because the enemy ones were the ones that had half the print run of the allied ones. So, just irritating. And they didn't do the Triomes with them, which the Triomes were just coming out when they did the Culture Shocks, so like they could have really hyped up those secret layers by doing the Triomes with them, but alas, they have not done Triome secret layers, as far as I'm aware. So, that is a thing. Alright, let's get our blue uncommons done. Because we already have those sleeved. Apparently, I didn't go through the blue... I didn't go through any of the rares other than the white rares, because I just didn't get to them. So, let's see. That's... We're looking for everything under 48? 40. Why do I have an extra Fate Shaper? So I have an extra Fate Shaper that should be somewhere else. Yeah. Do you have the you have one of the secret layer playmats, don't you? Let's see, 44 should be there. Means 42 should be there. You have the what's her name? The one that's like the binders, and it's not Amber Brown. Oddly enough, is the name of... I actually dated someone named Amber Brown a long time ago. Not a very nice person, but it's alright. Oh, what is the name of that person? The one that did the super bright, like, almost psychedelic colors. Yeah, look it up. Lisa Frank. I don't know why I can never remember Lisa Frank's name. And then apparently Shim's Schimmel? Or Shim Schimmel, and Christian Reese Lawson. It's another one. Yep. Apparently they were roughly peers. Definitely remember my dad doing Schimmel paintings in the 90s. He loved those things. Yeah, for some reason I can never remember the name Lisa Frank. Apparently Paul Cézanne? Yeah, that's... Cézanne's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, Christian Lawson, Lisa Frank, and Shim Schimmel are the three that I was thinking of, but Lisa Frank was definitely the one that I can never remember. Yeah, you have one of the playmats. You actually got a whole... So I normally buy sets of playmats, and he managed to get one of the two... Or... So I got one of them. I didn't get the Bears one. But I'll just order it online later on. I was like, who got the other one? It's alright. Let's see. 48. That means 60 is the end of that. 1. 2. Wait, there's 3 of them? I thought there were only 2 playmats. I got the unicorn one. Oh man, now I've got to look it up. There's 4 of them. Wait, or are there 5? There might be 5. Let me see. Damn it. Ultra Pro, really? Come on. Finding good information on playmats can be really hard. Why does that say 2017? They're not from 2017, they're from 2023. See, there's the Crested Sunmare, which I have that one. There's the cat, there's the bears, there's the dog, and then there's Exotic Orchard. Yeah, so there's 5. And of course there's dickheads selling them for 3 times as much on eBay. It's so annoying. Alms Collector? Which one was Alms Collector? Yeah, the Candy Cane Forest one is Exotic Orchard. The one with the bears that you have is Goreclaw, Terror of Kalsisma. And then Alms Collector is the one with the cat. Crested Sunmare is the one with the horse and the dolphins and the smiling sun. And then Exotic Orchard is the one with the candy canes. The one with the dog is Ren and Sari, inseparable companions. Yeah, there's 5. You can get them on TCG Player for about $50 each now. See, the bear one is 40. The one with the dog is 50. Alms Collector is 38. Crested Sunmare is 40. They're not always. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. It really depends. Like for instance, this playmat, the Magicon Philadelphia one is like $150. The Neon Dynasty Emperor one is about 150. The stitched playmat for Neon Dynasty, which I ended up picking up 2 of, is up at 180. It really depends. Sometimes they end up being really expensive, sometimes they're not. Ultra Pro ones tend to have really high value. Some of the older promotional mats can get really expensive. Let's see. What is the most expensive? So the Magic promotional mats, the ones that are available, the 2018 Grand Prix one is currently the most expensive at $150. Some of the really old ones, like the Dragon's Field ones, or the Spellfield ones from the early 90s can get up over $1,000. But is it pretty? It's a black and white and has a stylized Black Lotus on it. And has Las Vegas, Singapore, Barcelona, Sao Paulo, and Chiba on it. It's from the Magic 25th anniversary thing. And there's currently 1 listing. You'll probably find them online and other places for less. Like the old some of the older promotional playmats, like the Store Champion playmats, you could sell for between $50 and $100 right when the event happened. It depends. But there's so many different playmats available now that it's less of a thing. It used to be a much bigger market overall. Okay, actually, let's see if we can find the most expensive one that you can just buy flat out right now. So you've got the 6-foot Kamigawa Neon Dynasty playmat with the lands, and the Double Master playmat, and the 6-foot Throne of Eldraine one. Those are all running about $400 right now. And those are gorgeous. Let's see, the Labyrinth of Shadows one, last time one sold was $300. Apparently there's a Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship qualifier playmat with Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon on it. That's like $250. The War of the Spark 6-foot playmat is about the same price. What are 4-foot? No, the 6-foot and 8-foot playmats are the really high-end ones. There's a Flesh and Blood Skirmish playmat that's for like $300 right now, but I don't play Flesh and Blood. It's just not something that appeals to me. Yeah, a lot of the 6-foot playmats are really expensive. Like I've got one of the Dominaria United stained glass ones. Those are up at $250 now. I paid about $100 for mine. But they also cover a whole table. See, there's the old pyramid playmats go for quite a bit. But those are also double playmats. The Brothers War Draft playmat is up to the 8-foot version is up to 200. Those sold for about 120. Let's see okay, so the Phyrexia all will be one basic land playmat. I got mine for 85, I think, either 85 or 90. Those are up to 170 right now, and market price is 200 on them. I completely agree. Who needs a dining table cover when you have a 6-foot playmat? Or when you can use a 6-foot playmat? Absolutely agree. Ooh. I have 2 of those. I should consider selling one. So the Secret Lair Pride 2022 Soul Ring playmat is apparently up to 160. I paid 25 for mine. I think I paid 25. I may have paid 30 for mine. But those have jumped up apparently. Apparently the 2 Transformers playmats are up at like 125, which is kind of cool. Yeah, they actually did a whole Pride Secret Lair. It's called Pride Across the Multiverse, and I have a playset of the regular version and the foil version. In fact, it has its own special book. Let's see. Pride Across the Multiverse. Here we go. Some of the secret layers, like, I put in a 4-top binder just for that secret layer. Excuse me. All right, let's pull those out of the way. Switch over to the document cam after we drop the document cam down. Oh. Ruh-roh. I hate the stand for this thing. It's so clunky. But let's put these where they go first. 48 or 49 rather. 51, 2, 3, 4. 51, 2, 3, yeah, 4. 54. All right, now let's switch over to document cam. And we can see the different ones. So we've got Triumphant Reckoning. And I've got the foils on the back side. Savor the Moment, which is from the wedding of Rao and I forget his partner's name. Of course, foils on the back for all of these. Then we have Alesha, who smiles at death, who's non-binary. We have Bearscape, just kind of self-explanatory. And there's like bears in the clouds, which, yeah, that's hard to see. There we go. Bears in the clouds, bears in the mountains, bears in the water, bears snuggling. Collective Voyage, which is like, you know, kind of a pride celebration for the planes. Yeah, you have Heartbeat of Spring, which is Swatley and Sahili. And they all have really well, with the exception of Collective Voyage, they all have really nice flavor text. Then you've got the Soul Ring variant, which has like a whole bunch going on. You've got like little kitsch pieces and a whole bunch of little Easter eggs hidden in it. And the eyes that make up the Soul Ring are different pride flags in the iris. I was gonna say the Silura, and I was gonna say that's not right. Then you've got Mana Confluence, which are different parts of the pride flag for different mages. There's also like a face in here, or several faces kind of mixed into it. But it was a really good set. That's the Secret Lair 4 was Pride Across the Multiverse. Yeah, I love the bear pun that they did with Bearscape. I just wish it was a better card. Because I would love to be able to just play that card, but Bearscape is not a very good card. So, yeah. Fantastic set. It's one of the best, oh yeah, it was a fantastically done set. And it wasn't overly, like, the thing that I would normally be worried about is that it would be either too camp or too subtle. And it strikes a really fine line between the two. Like, it's not, no, words fail me. It wasn't overly done. I can't think of the word. It wasn't patronizing. And I appreciate that. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. Right, so that means everything should be on the back side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 64. Yeah, it was a really, really nice set. Why would it be distasteful for a non-queer person to use them? I mean, even if they were over the top, I don't understand why it would be distasteful. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we have nice and 70. I don't understand why that would be an issue either way. But I also grew up in a LGBTQ IA plus household. So I don't get it. That's also fine. I don't have to. Let's see, 70, got 80, or 78, 79, 93, 6, 84, 80, 79, 78. Okay, cool. Let's see, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, like, even I'm trying to think of the best way to articulate my thought on this. I don't know that it would be just the only thing I could think of. I suppose it could be awkward. I'm unsure. Before I came out publicly, I was accused of transphobia for showing support to a friend. It was an awful experience. Was your friend being transphobic? So, yeah, I mean, I have run into some similar issues in the past. I got in a really heated argument a few years ago about whether or not allies should be considered part of the community or not. I'm also a member of the community, but the group that I was arguing with it was an Aero Ace community, which I really support, and they were arguing that the A in LGBTQIA plus only meant Ace, or only meant Aero Ace. And traditionally, and by traditionally I mean historically, the A didn't even have, like, the A, first of all, is expansive. All of the letters are intended to be expansive so that they can represent multiple things. Now, with that being said, historically, the A actually meant allies. Like, before Aero Ace was even considered as a group within, within the community. And, like, I had some academics backing me up in the argument, but I ended up getting shouted down and just, like, it was on Reddit. And I ended up getting shouted down by the Aero Ace group, and then ended up getting brigaded, which was really not fun. But I stand by that allies are part of the community. So I also stand by the argument that there are people within the community that are not allies to the community as a whole. TERFs are a really big example. Like, there are many TERFs that are part of the LGBTQIA plus community that are not allies to large segments of the community. So, and there are also allies that are much more fervent supporters of the community than many members of the community, or many other members of the community. So, yeah, I feel like it's important to include allies as members of the community, because in some areas, they're treated just as poorly as members of the community. So that, and if you just go off of the definition of ally and community, there's nothing excluding them from being, excluding allies from being a member of the community at large. In fact, by being an ally, they are explicitly a portion of the community, because the community makes up more than just the individual members. I said he looked masculine, and a bunch of people decided I was transphobic for that, despite that I was trying to court a trans man at the time. Yeah, so another thing that I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say without sounding like an awful person. there is a lot of misunderstanding broadly, not just in people that aren't in the community, even with people that are in the community, um, of the differences between gender identity, gender expression, and other parts of that. Like, there's a lot of nuance that gets lost, and if I've learned anything, it's that people in the internet are very bad at nuance, and a lot of nuance gets thrown out of the window especially when labels such as transphobic get thrown in. But also, a lot of transphobes are completely lacking nuance on top of it, and intentionally either misunderstand or misrepresent nuance. So you end up in this frustrating back and forth either way. But just broadly, people need to stop being shitty to each other. Let's see, 86, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, nuance is important. Well, see, that's the thing. All of the letters are expansive. Like, they don't just mean one thing. And there's also the plus there. So, yes, the A can mean more than one thing. And that was my argument, was that it is being part of my argument was that it was being unnecessarily gatekeepy and exclusive, or exclusionary, to not include allies. And that it doesn't take anything away from the Aero Ace community to also allow allies to be included. But their argument was that saying that the A could mean more than one thing was Aero Ace erasure, which it wasn't. So they were just being a bunch of dicks about it. So, but it's alright. I don't care about my Reddit karma anyway. Yeah, I got downvoted to hell in that thing. I ended up, like, I think I had like 2,000 upvotes and like 15,000 downvotes. Like, what in the fuck? Hey, it took a very long time to get my karma out of the negatives on Reddit because of that set of exchanges. And the worst part is there were professors, like gender study professors, in the conversation that were backing me up, and they got downvoted to hell too by the or not by the allies, but the Aero Ace community that was or the segment of the community that was responding. It's like, just because you are a member of the community does not mean you understand the historical context of the broader community. And most of the people that were arguing the counterpoint were like teenagers to really early teens, whereas not to defer to authority, but like, I've been a member of the community longer than they've been alive. It was very much a, no, you really don't understand the historical context here. And that was part of the argument. And it's like, you don't know what you're arguing. But they were very they were very adamant that we were wrong. But it's fine. They're allowed to be wrong. And the other part of it is it's its own form of bigotry too. Like, bigotry is, having a prejudiced standpoint. If you don't mind me asking, what do you identify as? I am not comfortable openly identifying on the internet, largely because of the broader industry and I work in a very specific industry that isn't the most accepting. So I would rather not discuss that openly in my content, not at the moment at least. If you want to have that conversation in person, I am happy to have that conversation in person, but I am not interested in putting that out there yet, if that makes any sense. Like, if I'm going to put that out on the internet, the medium that I am expressing that on needs to be able to replace my income, if that makes any sense. And considering that this channel isn't even monetized yet, that's not happening anytime soon. So that is a discussion I would rather have in person than openly on the internet. I will say I am a LGBTQIA plus ally, and otherwise a member of the community. I will not clarify further in a video yet. So we'll also share story times sometime about some of the experiences I have gone through, both as an ally and as a member of the community. Which is also one of the supporting pieces of evidence why I believe that allies are implicitly members of the community and explicitly members of the community. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Yeah. Sorry, hopefully that didn't just like kill the conversation. Like for instance, and when I was in high school, it was the early 2000s, and gay marriage wasn't even legal yet. Like, and I remember going to protests to gay rights protests for the ability in support of same-sex marriage, and getting the ever-living shit beat out of me by homophobes and transphobes and police, even where we were at. I remember standing up for friends of mine who were otherwise members of the community that were getting picked on in school and getting the shit kicked out of me by bullies, and then afterwards getting in trouble with the teachers and the administration of the school that I was at for standing up for them, because in their eyes I had picked a fight. I nearly got expelled from school over it. In one instance, I had 21 days of suspension out of school over stopping 2 bullies from beating up a very close friend of mine who is gay. And although the administration had video of the incident, I was found at fault for supposedly starting that fight. So that is a thing. So having endured actual physical harm, being an ally, this was before I even realized I was part of the community, other than being an ally. But having gone through physical violence as an ally and having to stand up and protest for rights for the community at large. I find it deeply hurtful that anyone would say that allies aren't part of the community, because they absolutely are. They are involved in the community. They do a lot to help the community, and have done a lot to help the community. So, oh yeah, we all say dumb shit when we're kids, especially when we're kids and don't know any better. The hope is that we, find our brains before we become adults, and indoctrination is a strong thing. So it's part of growing. It's part of being an adult, is reflecting on our past and coming to terms with it. And this is what we do on this channel. We have heavy conversations out of nowhere. Yeah. That's also probably why this channel will never get monetized. Yeah. I mean, so something that I run into a lot, especially with Gen Zers and older Gen Alphas, is that they want to be militant about things. And I understand that. Like, I remember being that age and being like that. But I'm very much a pragmatist. I'm an idealist, but also a pragmatist when it comes to a lot of things. I understand that systems don't change overnight, and that little wins are still wins. And I get frustrated when dealing with other activists and other members of the community that want everything to change right now, because that's not practical. And that's actually dangerous in a lot of ways. Trying to change everything overnight will result in such a huge backlash and likely violence that it doesn't help anything. So, I know it can be frustrating for things to move slowly, but sometimes you have to go slow to go fast. Which doesn't make sense at first, but once you've been there, it makes a lot more sense. So, and that's the same. It's also the same tactic that the civil rights movement took. Sometimes you have to go slow to go fast. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. But it's a whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it's similar in a lot of ways. Physical therapy is the same. It is in a lot of ways the same way. Sometimes if you go too fast, you do more damage. It is very easy to do more harm than good, and avoiding that is important. Because what does it matter if, like, for instance, we were able to get gay marriage a few years ago, but the backlash to that led to the stacking of the Supreme Court against us, which then resulted in the overturning of Roe versus Wade. And now they're trying to overturn gay marriage. I say gay marriage, I mean same-sex marriage. They're trying to overturn things like Obergefell and Loving v. Virginia. Like they're trying to backlash to the point where even interracial marriage is currently threatened. So that's one of those instances where we need to overall push back a lot. But it's not going to change overnight. We have what is almost more important is stopping backsliding at this point. But, you know, say 12, 13, 14, 15. I also have to be very careful about what I say. Again, because of the industry that I generally work in. 17, 18, 19, 20. But I have very strong opinions about a lot of things. For instance, you've seen my my political compass, and there is a number of jokes I could make about that. So I have an idea of what happened there. If you're not comfortable talking about it online, I absolutely understand. But what exactly caused you to be bedbound as a teenager? Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see. 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A year is a long time. Well, it's both a long time and a short time. Depends on if you had something to help pass the time. 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ow. Yeah, we are getting quite a bit of progress made here. See, 81, 53, 77, 54. Cool. See, 53, that's 47, so 48, 9, 50, 1, 2, 3. See, 3, 4, 5, 7 is up here. You know, slow recovery, it's one of those frustrating things. Eight, 9, 10, 1, 2. Like, sometimes I wish that with recovering from things that I could just have all the pain all at once and just get it over with and just be done. But then I would have superpowers. I would have bigger things to worry about. Like being studied. Again. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, so it's 180. 181, right there. Also, yeah, don't let that scare you off from Reddit. Reddit's a shithole, and we all know it. It's great. It's better than some of the things that came before it, if that makes any sense. Like, although I do find it irritating that in the quest to make an accepting space, they, well, by they I mean the group that I was arguing with, made a very hostile place. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 90. 92. It's alright. If you're not comfortable talking about it, that makes sense too. Or, yeah, we can talk about it in person. Two, three, four, five. My family is also full of immigrants, and I was treated as an outsider most of the time at school, so I got kind of the double whammy of being an ally and being, quote-unquote, a foreigner. Even though I was born a U.S. citizen. But, you know, there's a lot of prejudice out in the world. And all we can do is try to oppose it. 200, 1, 2. 202. Spiritmonger. 203. And 204. All right. Let's see, that goes above 15. Okay. 208. There. 209 goes behind 208. 212. 213. And 210. Are you familiar with the split cards? Like these? Oh. Kind of hard to know. They do these every few years. Trying to think the last time they were in standard. I think Amonkhet was probably the last time. They've done, yeah, split / double cards a few times over the years. 204, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 210, 211. Oh, I think I scared off my friend. $213. 214. 215. And 216. All right. We've almost got all the uncommons done. And I have lost... There it is. My mind! I've lost my mind. I'm going out of my wee little mind. Can't lose what you never had to begin with. Alright. Let's see. Lands are last, apparently. $16. 234, 240, 221, 220, 219, 235, 225. Okay, cool. All right. 16, 17, 18, 19. 20. 21. 25. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 31. 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. 12. These are all off. Or these are off. Ruh-roh. These are all off. Crap. Oh, man. I got shifted over a page. That sucks. It's all good. Oh well. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I shifted over a whole page. 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's a thing. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. All right. 17, 18, 19. 20. 21. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14. 12, 13, 14, yeah. 235 and 240. All right. All right, we're going to do this next set, and then we're going to do a bio break. 42, so 1, 2. 43. 44, 45, 46. Excuse me. For 7, 48, 49, 50, 1, 2, and Tuco Monastery, one of my favorite manlands of all time. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. Yay! All right, we've got through all the uncommons and the base of the set. We are going to take a quick bio break. We will be right back. So, yeah. I'm going to mute off the mic. Going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in probably about 10 minutes. All right, and we're back. And since we have reached a stopping point with booking up stuff, and we had something exciting come in, I'm going to go over what came in. So we will put this up for now. And this, we got a package. We actually got 2 packages. So we'll take our playmats, move them. So before we get started, need to remove my address. So none of you need to know that. So it's actually 2 packages. So let's see what we got. This says Matchbox Limited Edition, and then the other one just says it's from Quartermaster Logistics. So that could be any number of things. So let's see what we've got here. Got a package. Okay. What is this? I don't know what the Matchbox Collection is. When I hear Matchbox Collection, the thing that comes to mind are like Matchbox cars, but I don't think that's what this is. If that would not make very much sense. So let's see. What is this? Yep, that's everything in the box. I don't know what this is. Thundergriff Games. Cool looking box. And this is the mat that goes with it. Oh, that's a big one. We'll have to check that out after we see what's in the box. That's big. That's a chunky boy. How does this open? Oh, looks like it opens like this. What is this? Matchbox Collection Encore. Matchbox Traveler. Oh, are these all different games? Oh. Kind of hard to get stuff out of here. see, we have space launch. 15 days. AO. Golems. And Rebus. Oh, that's cool. It's a suite of games. Very cool. Space Lunch. Okay. Oh, cool. I'll have to take this to my next game night, and we'll have to try out some of these. Very cool. And then it's got a little handle. Oh, that's neat. I like that. Alright. This chunky boy must be all the playmats. So I guess it's 5 mats. Oh, this is going to be so hard to wrap back up. Oh! Oh! Yep, that looks like that's exactly what this is. This AO that goes along first game. Wow. Oh, those are big mats. Okay. We got a mat for AO. It's really cool. That one for golems. Oh, that's pretty. Space lunch. I like that. I love playmats. We got one for 15 days. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, it's only 4 mats. Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting to roll back up. Ooh. Let's see if we can get this as tight as we had it before. Oh, a little bit of something there. Okay. Ah! Okay. So we got it pretty tight. Question is, did we get it rolled up tight enough? We did not. Okay. Maybe, yes. Okay, cool. It's very, very difficult to roll back up. Very cool. If that's what that is, then what's this big box? I gotta check on the food, make sure it's not burning. Oh, time to turn. I'm also making lunch, so after we get through these boxes, I'm going to end the stream. Alright. So, I'll label what's on this side. See what this big old box is. Okay. It's not evenly distributed weight-wise. Oh. Okay. I wonder what this is. Is this by the same company? I don't know if this... Dead Man's Doubloon cloth map. Okay. We have Dead Man's Doubloon. Oh, that looks like fun. Yeah, it's also from Thunderdrift Games. Cool. We have How Long? Darwin's Journey. Expansion pack. How Long? Four Seasons expansion. How Long Red Pearl mini expansion. Dead Man's Doubloons deluxe components. Ooh. And How Long 4 players expansion. Darwin's Journey. Falmouth Port. Okay. Pack of sleeves for Darwin's Journey. Darwin's Journey coins. AO. And okay, so some expansion / reward pieces. Tiao Long. The Way of the Dragon. Another How Long Way of the Dragon. Okay. Interesting. Wonder if that was intentional. Oh! We have Darwin's Journey Collector's Edition. Oh, the box got beat up. Oh well. It's all good. We have 15 days and some other things, many expansions. Darwin's lenses, okay. And the Darwin's Journey playmat tube. Okay. Oh yeah, the packaging got flattened. The box was pretty beat up, so. Well, that's everything. That's a cool. That's so cool. Oh, I'm excited about this. Darwin's Journey is it's a game about the journey that Darwin had on the HMS Beagle. Was it the HMS or was it the RMS? I think it was the HMS Beagle. Might have been RMS Beagle. And then we got some of the deluxe components and a couple of other games by the same company. So, very cool. Well, thank you for joining me on this adventure. I'm going to go make some lunch. So I'm very hungry, or rather, I've got lunch going. I just need to go eat it. We've been streaming for right at 2 hours, so it's all good. Yeah. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what's a board game that you're excited about? Or what's a board game you really love playing, especially if you have a board game night or something along those lines. And once we have a board game night come up, we will try these out, and I'll let you know what I think. Well, probably let you know how I think. I'm not sure yet. But yeah. Until next time, stay awesome. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.